You're watching Cable 2.
Let's start with the sober prom night. David Daggett. And while you're coming up, I would say that for the last 21 years, you've been in every high school promoting this cause, and we appreciate what you and your firm's done, and we know that you continue to do good work with this passion that you have to keep our kids safe.
Yes, we want to thank David Daggett and Griff Shuler and everyone there for doing this since 1991. If it's spring, it means there's proms, and they're obviously out in high schools. I know David said that they were in 4 yesterday, 3 today, and starting out tomorrow morning at East Forsyth, and I know he has a special presentation he'd like to make. So,
thank you, Chairman Lambeth, School Board, Dr. Martin, administrators, educators, parents, students, and community. We are proud to be here, and I can't believe it's 21 years that we've been doing this in the schools, but the passion still runs strong and things get new all the time. Walking out the door today, I get handed a paper from, we got called by the Partnership for Drug-Free America, which locally we know as Drug-Free NC, and said, be sure you say this tonight. They had talked to the governor's office, and Governor Perdue, through her communications department, wanted us to make sure to emphasize that she has designated April as Alcohol Awareness Month for the state of North Carolina, and particularly for students. She now recognizes what we have been trying to do for 21 years, the prom graduation season merge to be the deadliest night for the age group of teenagers in the United States, and has been for decades. And there's reasons for that, and we're trying to change that. We want to present to you, wanted us to say that they believe that the Safe Sober Prom Night program is the longest running privately founded and funded initiative of its type in the country, and for that we are proud. We have been in a lot of schools. This week is a neat week. We have Street Smart, and if I could have Vince Isvoli and Ronnie Garcia just step forward for a minute. Street Smart is an international program that we've brought in for a week to do presentations in area schools. As you know, we're in 35 high schools through 8 counties in the Piedmont. We are going to present this program. We are presenting this program in 4 high schools in Forsyth County, 10 high schools in the area, a total of 12 presentations. Street Smart is internationally recognized. They've been doing the program for 23 years. Have done some very interesting things. They have actually presented and testified on seatbelt safety before the legislatures of several states. They had an interesting experience. They are doing the United States military addressing the same issues, and they have recently been to Hong Kong, where they did presentations on the USS Nimitz. And last week, they gave the presentation to the NFL commissioners to address the issues in the National Football League. So we are pleased to present them to area high schools. Vince Isvoli, raise your hand, Vince, is actually the founder of Street Smart. Ronnie Garcia is their lead presenter, and they do a fabulous job. They have 5 teams that go out throughout the country and the world. This spring, they have crossed the 1 millionth student that they have reached. We appreciate you being here this week. They are doing a great job. As you know, we also have a t-shirt design contest for the approximately 15,000 t-shirts that go out throughout the triad. Griff Shuler and I, as lawyers, have to plead guilty to deception and collusion, but we had people conspiring with us. For the second shirt design winner comes from a Forsyth County school, also comes from the same classroom. So one of your finest teachers, Miss Stephanie Messer, if you could please come forward. Commercial art teacher at the Career Center, who does a fabulous job. And by the way, I asked Mr. Helm what the time limit was, and he said there wasn't one. I said, do you know what I do for a living? And actually, Ms. Messer, when we were in her classroom, asked me if I could would stay and say hello to her next period classroom. and as the bell was ringing, I was just asking if there are any additional questions. So I apologize, but I am passionate about it, and I'm passionate about our young people. Griff Shuler and I, along with Ms. Messer, Principal Amber Crombie from Forsyth Middle College, Principal Moser from the Career Center, Assistant Principal Creason from the Career Center, along with parents Julie and Jeff Bryan, all conspired for a surprise presentation to Cassandra Ellis. Please come up, Cassandra, better known as Cassie. A surprise presentation of the winning t-shirt design. This is the very first t-shirt that came off the press. We had it framed for Cassie. It hangs proudly in the Career Center. And I was holding up the back because part of winning the contest is Cassie's name is on the 15,000 t-shirts that get distributed as being the designer. Also recognizes our Forsyth County school system, and that is a terrific job. Along with that, Mr. Bryan also wanted me to make sure to emphasize, and if you could grab up quick, she was also presented with a prize $500 scholarship check to continue her education. Cassie will be continuing her education in commercial art, and I want to tell you that a number of things. One, we incorporated Cassie's purple, both from the front and the back of the shirt. This is now considered Cassie Purple, in case anybody asks. And Cassie has become a tremendous ambassador for the program, a program that 21 years ago had a difficult time reaching young people in our community. Now, and the Street Smart guys have been with us, now in the schools, you see them putting on Cassie's t-shirt like a badge of honor and wearing them. And the kids are wearing them in the school. In our presentation today, t-shirts that were given out last week were being worn as everyday attire to school. And very briefly, what I've said a million times before, the number one factor in a successful adult is one person outside their family taking a personal interest in them when they're a student. We do that, we're going to have a successful generation coming up. And when I talk to business people, sometimes I pound the table, and Griff laughed at me because I about broke one last week, and tell them, don't you ever sit around a table and point a finger down to young people unless you're out there doing something to lend them a hand to also try to pull them out. And if we all do that, if we all love at least one other child as much as we love our own, the future of our community is safe and prosperous forever. I've been in a lot of schools for a lot of years, and I can tell you that this crop of students right now, including Cassie, is among the best, the brightest, the most talented we have ever had. What they need from all of us is to wrap our arms around them in encouragement, support, leadership, guidance, and direction, and our future is secure. Thank you, Dr. Martin, for your leadership. Please pass our thanks along to your administration, particularly Superintendent Burleson, who's been tremendously supportive and helpful. Thank you, School Board, and I'd love to present Cassie to you. She's a tremendous young lady. Thank you.
Mr. Daggett, thank you, and Mr. Shuler for the work you do and the passion you have for this. This is so important, and you know, I'm sure you've saved thousands of lives, and your involvement in impact. Congratulations. Sorry, it's in the wrong meeting.